Let's see. Give me 1 second, fellas. Give me 1 second, fellas. I'll be right in here in a minute. Let's see what we do, fellas. I don't know why it does that. I really don't. I really don't want. I really don't know why it does that. But all right, we're about to start in a few, fellas. Let's see what happens, guys. Boom. Let's get it. We are here today, fellas. Let's get it. So I was trying to make a trading bot earlier and it just didn't work out. My computer decided to do something stupid. Um I don't know, guys. I have no idea. Yeah, so my computer decided to take a dump, so let's see what we got. See what we do, fellas. You seeing what I'm seeing? Nah, I don't think so. I don't think you're seeing what I'm seeing, guys. Let's take a look at the one. So I'm gonna look for short positions here. I'm gonna look for short positions here, guys. I'm gonna look for shorts. Just depend. Just depends, guys. Just depends. Missed that trade. All right. See what we do, fellas. I'm gonna take some shorties here in a minute. Actually, just depends on what happens. Let's look at this 5 here. All right. So you know what? I'm actually going to be taking long positions, but first, I'm going to be looking at certain levels here, guys. Certain levels. Let's look at some levels here. I see something here. And possibly here, guys. So I'm gonna wait for that retracement to come back. So that was on the 3 minute, guys. This was on the 3 minute. All right, so this is a 3 minute. Let's look at the 1 minute. So we have these levels here. We have this level or this zone, or however you want to call it. This is a zone, guys. I see a zone right here and right here. This is a zone. So I want for it to come back down here and then move its way up. Or we can actually just go ahead and play some trades now and just watch it go up slowly. Let's see what happens, fellas. Anyways, guys, let's see what we do. So this is the 3 minute. Let's look at the 60 though. So we're still on this downside, guys, but we're coming back up. So I want to see all these being taken out. So we can come back and see these right here, maybe pop up here, consolidate and go work our way up. if it does work like that, guys. So anything can happen. Anything can happen, fellas. So let's see what happens, guys. Go back to this 1 minute. We can always get these bounces. Like, we can get these bounces, guys. So I'm going to go ahead and jump in. I'm going to go ahead and jump in, guys. Well, I guess it didn't take mine. Or I can actually just use indicators are detrimental for a trader's development. It's really not though. Like yeah, I mean, I've done mine to where I've changed my MACD levels. Like I don't understand how that's detrimental. I just don't. I'm selling one. There we go. Like I changed my indicators and I've been doing fine. All right. Selling another one. Boom. Let's get it. There we go. There we go. Move up. All right. Every time it does come down, I want to I want to move up. That's because from what I'm seeing right now, from the 15 is we have if you're looking at the stochastics, um, oh, it's actually showing. Nice. I did not know that it was showing this. All right, so if you're looking at the stochastics, we do see this opening right here. I do have a buy sell or a buy and sell pressure, volume pressure, right below it. But on this MACD, I want to see. Let's look at the 30. We're still above this histogram here, so that to me is indicating to me that we're still going up, and on the 60 minute as well, on the 60 minute. But we are coming back down just a tad bit. So I don't know. This might come back down to here, but I just wanna pay attention to that 1 minute, guys. I wanna pay attention to that 1 minute because anything can happen. This can flush. So I'm just gonna wait, guys. Every time it does come down, I will be entering into positions, guys. I'm gonna wait for it to come down, fellas. At least down to here. I do see a spot right here, guys. So it might take out all this liquidity here, this zone, and then come back down here, guys. So let's look at this here. So I am seeing a zone from here to here. Oh, really? I know, right? I mean, hey, trend line, trend trading tribe, man. I know. Yeah, you're right. Unless you can't be at your desk 8 p.m. to 11, then you do what you do, but there's no volatility. You're right. You're right. There is no volatility. You're right. But I mean, I'm not going to sit here and argue with you. I mean, there's no point. But if you know how to read technicals, and I don't know if you know how to read technicals, then you can pretty much all right. If I show you this 60 minute and I tell somebody that is experienced, they know They know what to look for. They do. They know what to look for. I already made a video of this last time when I got off earlier. So let's see. Let's look at this 15 minute, guys. There's no volatility, but from my point of view, from the way I see it, is we can. All right, let's start from the 60, guys. Look, we have this up movement here. We have volume. Volume is slowing down, but once volume slows down, the way I see it from here is we can get a nice good push up. We can get a push up, guys. Right? We can still come down. That's why you have to keep your eye on this 1 minute. You have to keep your eye on this 1 minute because on the MACD levels, we're watching the volume. If you're watching this bear side volume, look, it came down. We're getting a lot of volume here, but it's starting to slow down, guys. It's starting to slow down. So we need to see. We need to wait for confirmation to see what's going to happen. You just don't jump in just because. Now, if I do see a big jump from here, I am definitely going to get into here, into these zones right here. I'm going to get into these zones and then try to work my way up. Look at this. Look at this 5 minute, guys. We haven't, the MACD levels has not even crossed over the signal line. So it hasn't even crossed over the signal. That's indicating to me that we're still shifting up, guys. Yes, yes, we could come back down, but it's still, to me, this is still going up. Your indicators don't show anything different than what the candles do. I know it don't. But the indicators, I changed my indicators to where I can tell where it's going to go. I don't have to know what the candles are doing. I can read the indicators without the candles. But it's better to have the candles because you got to watch the EMAs. You got to watch the fair value gaps. You got to watch the trend line. It's not just one thing, guy. It's not. You got to watch. I know, man. I've been doing this for like 4 years, man. Like, and on top of that, I got a mentor who works at a firm. Like, come on, guy. This is all nothing but good vibes here, brother. All right. You're welcome to talk all the stuff you want, brother. You're welcome to talk everything you want. We are here to learn, man. I want to see you be successful, DE. What should I put money right now? You shouldn't put no money in right now. Uh Fadoom. So, I have a mentor that works at a firm, um, and I'm pretty sure a lot of those, if you're watching like Team Bull, Mazzy Trades, Tory Trades, if you're watching all those people, they have some kind of person that's on the inside. Um, they have people on the inside. I have a mentor. He works at a firm. I met him when I was in the military. Um, and he tells me stuff. I just want, look, man, all good vibes here, guys. Like, really, man, I want to see everybody like succeed. I'm not here to. Yeah, if you have like, if you like DE, man, and like if you have some kind of problem with how I do things, like we're here to learn, man. Like I'm here. I want to sit here and teach you what I've done over the past years. See, look, this is what I'm talking about. I want to sit here and actually show y'all what I've done in the past in order to be profitable. Now, like I said before, looking at this, what was it? This 5 minute here, and like I told you, yes, we can come back down, but we have certain zones and certain levels that that we have referenced here. We have trend lines from here to here. If you're going to higher time frames, guys, We have trend line. Look at this trend line on this 15 minute. We have a trend line right here. This is just for references only. You don't just use those just because. I know Tori trades Tori, she uses nothing but trend line and just goes off of trend lines. I'm pretty sure she uses other things, but I'm not too sure. I haven't really checked her out. Uh oh, thanks, brother. Thanks, Cal. Thanks, man. Yes, support resistance and all that stuff, fellas. I want to see, look, man, I want everybody to make money, man. There's so much money to be made. There is no reason for why all y'all in my chat for y'all not to be in a community of full of traders beating these hedge funds, beating the firms. We should all retail come together and just beat these guys. Beat Wall Street. I want to see y'all beat Wall Street. Like that's what I want to see, guys. I need a group of people that know what they're doing so that way we can all come together, and be a community and no, I'm not rich from stocks. This is not a get rich quick thing. I'm not rich, guys. I'm not. I'm very poor. But um thanks for the follow, Zach. But look, guys, I want everybody to be profitable. I want y'all to beat. Also, are you a funded trader? I'm not a funded trader, no. I do my own personal account. When GME erupts, you will see AMC, Chewy, and all these highly shorted stocks will squeeze. No, you shouldn't put money in anything right now. Like, okay, so, all right, so my mentor tells me, um, let me see if I can get him on. I'm gonna get him on real quick. Give me 1 second, fellas. Let me see if I can get him on. Let's see. Let me hit him up real quick, my mentor. See if he'll hop on. That way he can show y'all some information if he does. All right. I just texted him, guys. I don't know. He might respond. He might not. But I just texted him. Let's see what happens, fellas. Sorry about that, fellas. All right. So what was I talking about? Oh, so I don't do no news trading. I don't. Okay, so I do not read on anything. I don't read nothing. I don't go look at politics. I don't do all that stuff, guys. I don't. The only thing I do is technical, just read technical analysis. That is it. That is what I do. That is the best thing that I can do. I do not want to spend my time. All right, so we got a time. We got a time, guys. He said 7:15 he'll hop on. He said 7:15 he'll hop on. So I'll get him to come in here and see what my mentor has to say. And if y'all have any questions for him, please ask because this guy he does he looks at he goes through all the he their company has the Bloomberg terminals and like they get their information like real quick, guys. Like they get their information like 30 minutes ahead of time, right? But guys, I don't do no news trading. I can tell you that last year when I was trading like news wise, I made on Nvidia, I made $17,000 on calls, and on Tesla I made about $10,000. Um, but yeah, just to answer your question, I'm not rich, man. I'm trying my best. I've got into this just so I can try to make a living off of this, and later on I will have some kind of subscription based thing. But for right now, this is free, guys. This is all free. Where do you find mentors? Oh, so I got lucky, guys. I got lucky with somebody that actually worked at a firm. He works at a firm still, but um, I was just lucky, man. I was lucky to he's a good friend of mine now. So, and he tells me the ins and the outs of things. I can mentor y'all on futures. I can mentor y'all on options. I know how to make a trading bot. I was trying to do that earlier, but for some reason my computer wanted to take a dump. So, um, but yeah, yeah. Let's do some analysis, guys. I'm just getting off a topic here. All right. So we're coming down. I want to see this. I want to see these candles come down here, and then I want to see a bounce off of one of these two fair value gaps or a liquidity grab down right here. I want to see it come down and then come back up, guys. Or actually, what you can actually do is you can get in with the strategies that I have. You can get in early, which is not a really good idea. Wait, and then set a stop loss right below this area here, possibly down here, right at 89, 8907, guys. 8907. You can put a stop loss right there if you get in right now and just hold. Only if you have enough margin, guys. If you have enough, do not. I cannot stress this enough, guys. Don't over leverage. That's just ridiculous. All right. Don't over leverage, guys. Like there's no. You shouldn't be doing that. What do you do for a living? This is what I do for a living. This is what I do, and I was in the military and I got injured, so I have disability for that. So yeah, I'm basically living off of that until I can get this stuff squared away. So once I get this stuff squared away, then I'll be okay. But for right now, I want to see this thing come back down here. Now it's not going to happen right away, but we can kind of Oh, thank you. Thank you. I I'm not blessed. I'm just a rando. That's it. I'm nothing special. I am not a guru, all right? I'm not one of those guys, that's out there, like telling you that I know exactly where it's going to go. No. I just read the technical analysis. Basically, a technical analyst, right? This is what they do. They analyze what's going on. They analyze the markets, analyze trend lines, analyze market conditions, whatnot. Um, but no, actually, there's no books. There is no books. I started out watching 100,000 and even watching those videos, Thomas. Even watching those videos, you're not going to get it. Hey, so basically, look, basically what you're oh man, I got lost. I got ADD, guys. I'm sorry. Let me get back on track. All right. So, all right, Thomas, to get back to your question, I did not open any books. Um Basically what I did was I watched thousands of videos, not thousands, but I watched enough videos to get my head in the game before back in the, back like 4 years ago. And the only way that I can think that would be very valuable to any beginner trader or whoever wants to trade is you need to experience what the market is doing. Not with real money. Don't do it with real money. Be confident enough with fake money and don't start out, like, if you're doing a sim account, don't start out with $100,000. Start out with like 2K. Start out with 2,000. Make it be more realistic. Start out with $1,000 and gradually work that up. Build a strategy. Start out with $1,000 on a sim account. Take a full year. I'm not saying take a full year off of work. All right, look at this, guys. What did I tell you? What did I tell you? Okay, take of uh, a full year of um, how would I say it? Take a full year to understanding what the MACD is, what the stochastics are, what the EMAs and what they do. Take a full year of that. Then uh, go on Wikipedia and look up MACDs, look up stochastics. Yeah, paper trading for a year. Yes. Look up the MACDs and look, okay, read carefully, read carefully on the MACD. Now, I am not going to say anything else about that, but read carefully on the MACD and yeah, read it thoroughly. All right, and you're going to see some stuff there that that you might need to change some stuff, guys. You might need to change because everybody is using the same stuff. Like just change your stuff. Just you'll see it whenever you read it, okay? But take a full year of paper trading using one account, and if you can build it up profitably, like over and over again, yeah, you're welcome, Thomas. You're welcome, man. I just want everybody to, let's get ahead. Let's get ahead, guys. Let's beat these hedge funds, man. They're making way too much money, and we're just sitting here, not making enough. You made 400 today on that TG put quick 15 minutes and got out. Nice. Jesus or Jesus, which one? Is it in Spanish or Yes, yes, that's exactly right. We got to help each other, man. All retailers, we should not be fighting each other at all. We should be helping each other to beat these firms, guys. We should be helping each other to beat these firms. They're making millions and millions of dollars. One of the On these run-ups, you see these run-ups? That's millions upon millions of dollars right there. And then look, they let loose just to buy this just to buy this thing back up. These guys are making so much money, it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous, and we're just sitting here, we're scraping for $1, $2, $1,000, guys. We should be helping each other out instead of fighting over, oh, you don't, your technical analysis sucks or something like that. No, what we're supposed to do is, hey guy, I've seen some things that you're doing. I would like to give you some information, on how you could better your performance, right? We want to better ourselves. All right, once we start bettering ourselves, then we can help everybody else. And this is what I'm here to do. but like, we all have to make a living, man. We're all scraping. Yet, if you're looking at the economy right now, it sucks. The economy sucks, man. Everybody, I don't. It's just horrible. What's up, brother? What's up, Miguel? Yeah, hey, man. I'm here for everybody. I'm here for everyone. I want everybody to be profitable. I want I want to show off what I've learned in the past. Not show off, but I want to educate y'all, and I want y'all to be confident enough to where y'all know that the strategies that I use is comfortable. That way y'all can be comfortable and be like, "Hey, this guy has something going on. This guy has, a good strategy. Maybe I should learn from him, and then once you learn, you can pass it on to the next person and pass it on and pass it on. That's what we want to do, guys. We want to pass on knowledge. But as a family man, I do have kids. I am rough. It's been rough for me, guys. It's been very rough. Appreciate it, man. Appreciate it. Thanks, Thomas. Appreciate it, man. Um, I do have a family, guys, and I've been struggling hard, but I have to make this like a second income, guys. I have to. So this is why the reason why I'm getting on. It's not because just of the money, but it is because everybody has to have some kind of income. But if I can show people the strategies that I'm using and make them money, why wouldn't you listen to somebody that knows how to do stuff? Um, and right now, this is just free stuff, guys. This is free stuff. I hope so too, and I hope that you'll get an abundance amount of money too later on. I hope so. I hope tomorrow you make a whole lot of money, and I hope everybody else in this chat does too. I really do. I said I have a question, and it's what is more easier for finding trends and making the most money? Nice. Hey, good stuff, man. Good stuff. Okay, so let me tell. Okay, so Cal, is it Cal? If it's Kel, I'm sorry if I'm saying your name wrong, but I'm sorry. Let me get to your question first. Your question is, I have a question, and it's more easier. Is it more easier for finding trends and making the most money? Okay, so I'm gonna give you. Okay, all right. So I'm gonna give you. I'm gonna give you what my opinion on that. And my opinion is, um, you got to see the whole picture. All right. It's not just going on the trends. It's not just going on the trends. All right. And I'm going to tell you that firsthand because a lot of, like Tori trades, she likes to go on the trend lines. She's a swing trader. Um, I wouldn't base things off of trend lines. You have to see the whole picture. Now, I'm going to show you this. This is the whole picture here. This is the 1 hour, right? You got the 1 hour. Now, we have a lot of stuff here going on. We got a lot of stuff going on here, guys. We have resistance, we have support, we have zones, we have another zone, right? We have EMAs, we have indicators, indicators down here. You have to put, you have to combine this with all time frames. You have to combine this with all time frames. Now, when I say that, it means start from a higher time frame and work your way down all the way to this 1 minute. That's the only way you're going to be profitable. Um, let's get to the next one. Joel trades. You passed 4 of the combines. Yes. Okay. Oh yeah. On the second note with that, I stopped doing firms because I've lost so much money going with Apex, and they wouldn't even give me payouts. And I would be buying and buying after so their stuff is just like I don't know, like they denied my payouts. Like I passed every single one of their tests. I passed every single test. And the way their stuff works, yeah, that's what I've been hearing. I've been hearing that Top Step is just way better, guys. And I'll get to that at some point, but right now I'm just going to chill until I start making a little money off of, cuz I will be creating a website, and I will be creating just stuff to help everyone, but uh, I will be doing Top Step later on, but not right now, guys. Yeah, I've already lost too much money in Apex and stuff. I passed all their stuff, never gotten the payout from them. They denied my payouts, and their thresholds and all that stuff is just horrible. I would not recommend Apex. That's just my opinion, guys. That's just my opinion. But anyways, fellas, from what I'm seeing right now, from what I'm seeing, this right here is I want to see this thing come back down. I want to see the MACD levels go below zero. I want to see the stochastics cross over. You want a tutorial of my strategy? I've been saying it this whole time. You got view the whole story. Like I can teach y'all this, but you have to experience it. Like you have to visualize what I'm seeing. Like I cannot teach y'all. I mean, I can teach y'all, but I can't teach y'all if y'all understand. Like it's very hard, guys. It's very hard. It took me okay, so honestly, on a real note, to learn this strategy that I'm using, because I've used a variety of kinds, it took me a full year of observation in changing my it took me a full year of observation and a full year of changing settings on my indicators in order for me to get it just right. Um, so that's basically what I did. Yes, but um, it took me a full year, guys, and you cannot. I would like I said, I cannot teach y'all, but I can teach y'all, but I cannot teach y'all. Y'all have to experience this yourself. Now, I can show y'all how to do it, but like I said, it's the same thing I've been telling y'all. Now, I do like I'm sorry, guys. I don't want to but that's just that's to help me and my family out, guys. Like I just can't, as somebody like me just struggling, I just can't give all the information out, um but I can show y'all just a peek of what I'm doing, right? Like I said, view the whole picture. The only thing I can tell y'all is you have zones, you have EMAs, you have indicators. Watch the full story from 60-minute all the way to the 1 minute. Do that for a full year. Change your settings on MACD levels. Change your settings on MACDs, and you'll be profitable. That's all I have to say, guys, about that. So, but if y'all don't want to do that and y'all want to help me out, then I do have, and that would be cool. I'm here for y'all guys. I want everybody to make money, but I need to make some money too. But if anyone is interested in doing a one-on-one coaching, I do. This is my email. I do have one-on-one sessions, and I do have a flat rate of 125 an hour. I do go over futures. I do go over futures. I go over options, and I go over equities, guys. I go all of it. All right, not that's 125 is not just for futures, guys. It's for the full blown thing. If y'all want to get to it, but y'all have to listen, right? Y'all have to listen to what I'm saying because if y'all just do it and then quit half of the month, then um that's no good, guys. Y'all can't make it like that. Oh, I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry. Oh, all right, fellas. I'm sorry. I'm just ranting right now. Let me go back to this 1 minute. All right. Like I said, we do have this on this 1 minute right here. We do have the MACDs over the zero. We have the stochastics just cruising along right there. We are consolidating. Now, if y'all want to get nasty, y'all can get in now. Put a stop loss right here on this low, actually down here at 89.07 if y'all really want to get nasty. But if not, y'all can wait for confirmation, let it come back down here, watch your MACD levels, all right? Look for any crossovers. Oh, sorry guys. Look for any crossovers, fellas, and make it and base your decisions off of what y'all see. All right, if y'all see that stuff going on, okay, once this goes down here, and if it does, go to your 3 minute, analyze your 3 minute, and then look at where the 3 minute MACDs is at. Once you do that, analyze the 4, the 5, the 6, the 10, the 15, 30, all the way up to the 60, guys. Analyze them all. Do not skip one. I'm telling y'all, guys, I'm telling y'all, this helps y'all, guys. I'm giving y'all the secret sauce already. I'm giving y'all most of it. But there's some little things that, I can't show y'all, but I'm giving you a lot of stuff, guys.
And Thomas, if you're making that much, hold on, who was it that passed? Okay, so Joel. All right, so well, Joel was on. I don't know if he's on now, but if he passed 4 of accounts and made 4,000 today, and he combined those and he put those that strategy, the strategy that I'm using, he can make a whole lot. He can make a whole lot. Like seriously, you're just making, even making $200 or $300 a day. That's a whole lot, guys. It really is. Oh gosh. I'm sorry, fellas, but I'm starting to get anxiety. My anxiety always goes up to the roof. And that's I don't know why, but I do suffer from anxiety and it's horrible, guys. It's horrible. I do not wish that upon anyone. But all right, guys, let's see what we do. We're on this 1 minute here. I am looking at the Let's see what happens. Let's see if the EMAs cross over this 50, guys. I want to wait and see. I want to wait. I want to see what happens. Let's see. I want to see what happens here if this goes below. If this candle goes below and closes below this 50. Because if it does that, then you can actually go shorts. Watch these MACD levels, guys. Watch these levels or watch the indicator. And y'all might not have the same indicator as mine because by default it is 12, 26, and 9. And I've changed mine. Sorry, guys, I'm having anxiety. Anxiety is not a joke, guys. All right, so y'all have watched that. All right, we're coming down. Cool. Now, all right. What I'm seeing from here is I want to see if this is a good confirmation. Now, for this setup right here, what I'm seeing is we have a zone here, or we have a resistance level up here, right? I want to see if we can actually come back up here and retest this area, or actually, no, here we go. We have this resistance here, we have this resistance here, we have this one right here. Now, I want y'all to pay attention to this, guys. Oh, give me 1 second, fellas. My anxiety is just up the roof right now. Give me 1 second. All right, fellas. All right. I mean, this sucks, man. It really does suck, man. Yeah, I've suffered from anxiety for a long time. Like, I would say I suffered from anxiety from like, um, I guess since 2 years ago, 3 years ago, I would say. But anyways, all right, guys, let's just get back to it. All right. Um, Pay attention to this here. This is the 1 minute, okay, fellas? Let's look at the 5 minute here. Okay, here we are. On this 1 minute, I'm gonna go ahead and delete this, guys, because all right, we got this 1 minute here. I really don't know what my anxiety is about. I really don't. Like right now, what I'm feeling is I'm doing all this talking and everything, and I just need to catch my breath. And I feel like I'm not getting enough, air, and it makes me freak out. But let's get back to it. So pay attention to this, guys. This is the 5 minute. We have these three lines here. We are still below the 50 and the 21. I want y'all to look at this right here. I wanted to come back and hit the 7, if not the 50. Look at the MACD levels, guys. Look at this. Hold on, sorry about that. Let me I need to do it better. Look at this, guys. Um Let me make it transparent so y'all can see. All right, we got the MACD here and we have the signal line here. We have we have a lot of pressure coming down with the volume. Now, the only way I see this actually keep going down is if it bounces off this 50 or this green, or it comes back up here and it doesn't go above this level here. That's why I would much rather wait. I want to go to the 3 minute. We just crossed the 3 minute on the MACD. So I do want to see this thing come up just a little bit and then see if we can work our way down. See if we can work our way down, guys. But yeah, when I get anxiety, guys, don't mind me. That's just my body. That's just my body freaking out. I'm pretty sure maybe it was like our ancient ancestors. They were probably like running away from dinosaurs, and it just stuck with me over. The genes just passed on by. We're just running away. All right, there you go, guys. You see that? I'm gonna wait for another confirmation, see if it can come up here, and then I'll get in. Okay? I want to see it come down here, fellas. I want to see it come up here and then pull back down. Kale and Thomas, y'all are getting the best stuff, guys. Y'all better y'all need to memorize this, guys. I'm giving you free content, man. I'm giving y'all free content. So what minute are you planning trading? This is the 3 minute. I just zoomed in. I'm using the 3 minute and I'm just zoomed in. That's it. All right, so what I was saying was I want to be able to see this come back down here, and I want y'all to pay attention to these three zones right here. I'm gonna call them zones. I don't know what other people call them. Higher highs, higher low right here, whatever. I don't like using all these terminologies, but um, pay attention to this. Pay attention to the MACD levels. I circled it right here, and see how we're going below. Also, pay attention to your stochastics and cross over between time zones and check to see where you're at, guys. I've told you this. I told y'all this. How long have I been on here? I've been on here for about 49 minutes. I told y'all that we are going to come back down. I want to see it come back down here possibly and then reverse back up, because on a higher time frame we haven't even touched the signal line yet. So that's indicating to me that we're still going up. We're still going up on a higher time frame, but on a lower time frame, it's a different story. So each of these time frames tell a story, guys. Each of these time frames tell stories, and you just want to make sure you're in the right. So we're coming back down. You see on this 1 minute, we're coming back down. I want to see it come back up to that 7, and then see if we can come back down and I'll go into a short position. Or you can go short. You can go short and just hold it. Hold it for a little bit. Now, what I like to do is I don't like staying in for long because it gets you into trouble. And I'm out. I'm out one contract, guys. I'm out one contract. I'm out again. That's how you trade, guys. That's how you trade. I'm trading on Ninja Trader. I'm trading Ninja Trader, guys. So I want to see this. All right, so I wanted to go back to that 7 or this 50, and then I'll get into two more contracts. Because we are at the lows here on the MACD levels, and it's a confirmation. Let's look at the 3. The MACD levels. Hold on, guys. Give me 1 second. I'm over here. Anxiety is just getting to me. The 3 crossed over here. I want to wait for a pullback up, guys. Don't mind me, fellas. I'm having my anxiety. Just don't mind me, guys. Thanks for the follow, Abel. I want to see it go back to the 7 and then bounce off of that or this 50. We might come up here. Set a stop loss to at this level here. Set a stop loss at this level here, guys. Man, this anxiety is just telling you. I want to wait for it to come back up, guys. Sorry about that, fellas. Just give me a second, guys. I'm just trying to I'm really trying to get over this damn anxiety that I have, guys. Nah, it's all right. I'll take a break later on. I get like this sometimes. See, like I said, guys, once it retraces back, fellas, like I said, get into a short position, work your way down, and yeah, we have a lot of. If you're looking at your TNS, we have a lot of sell stop orders there. I've actually taken a break earlier. I don't know. Mike, man, what's up? What's up, brother? It's been a while, man. Hey, what vitamin? What'd you say? What you take, guy? What'd you take, man? You say you take a multivitamin? I think you mentioned that before, but I forgot. I forgot, man. All right, guys, let it go back to the 7 right here or to this 50. And I'm trading M and Qs, Kale. See, guys? See, this strategy worked, fellas. You just have to implement it, guys. You really do. My anxiety is not helping. I'm sorry, fellas. I really am. Uh, my anxiety doesn't really help me. Hector, what's up? Thank you. Thank you for that link. I will check up on that later on. Um, thank you so much. Okay. I'll check it out. Thanks, brother. But guys, um oh yeah, let me mention this, guys. If y'all are like, having anxiety and stuff, like I know I have it and y'all can see me like, freaking out sometimes or all the time now. Um oh no, I was in the army. But we do say guy. We do say guy a lot in the army. Uh that was when like in basic training, you know. That was 4 years ago. But do I have panic disorders? I It's not like, well, if you consider panic disorder as me getting up and leaving and not coming back, yeah, that would probably be considered as a panic disorder. But you know, it's just anxiety, man. It's really like the thought of like, what's going to happen next. All right, guys. If you're watching this, check your MACD's level. Look at the MACD's from when I showed y'all. Look at it. Look at them. We're coming down. I've changed these settings, guys, to where it shows you exactly what it's going to do. Now, on high volatility, like early in the mornings, on high volatility, it's very, very hot, it's very risky. But you have to notice things, guys. You have to notice it. Yep, I get that. I see fair value gaps. Yep, fair value gaps, brother. But if you still want to get into shorts, guys, all you have to do, and I'm going to give y'all another tip here, guys, because, I'm not. I will be selling product later on, but right now it's free. And, I really want to help y'all out. I love each and every one of y'all, and I hope every one of y'all gets money. Um, and I wish for the best for everybody. Just set up your 7 EMAs, your 21, and your 50. And, yep. Everybody, yeah, put down your 7, your 21, and your 50. A lot of times if you're looking at the 7, guys, if you're looking at this 7, what is it doing on this 7? It's it's bouncing off this 7. It's bouncing off the 7, guys. It's bouncing off the 7. Now, if we get a really good pullback, we get it all the way up to this 50. Now, if you change that to the 3 minute, that 50 is where this 21 is at. I know y'all can't really see it, but is where this 21 is at, guys. Or actually, that 50 is where this 7 is. Sorry. That 50 on that 1 minute is where the 7 is. So that's a good point to actually, just like I said, guys, earlier, pay attention to all the time frames, guys. Pay attention to all the time frames. Where are we at? Oh my gosh, why does it do that? I don't know why it did that, fellas. I'm sorry. Pay attention to that. Oh, we're getting close. Pay attention to all time frames, guys. Pay attention to all those time frames, guys. Pay attention to if it's bouncing on the 1 minute on the 7, what does it look like on the 21? So if you have a bounce off the 50 on the 1 minute, what does it look like on the 3 minute? Relate. You got to relate. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Kel. Thank you. Um, we look at the MACD levels, guys. You see where I circled this earlier and I said we're coming back down? It doesn't matter about RSI, right? You can look at RSI. I don't even have RSI pulled up here, guys. I don't. And there's a reason for that because my mentor, uh, you know, like I was saying earlier, he works at a firm. Um, he told me that the the RSI does not matter. It does not matter, guys. The RSI, it's a joke. Like, yeah, you can use it as reference, guys, but it's just a joke, guys. Like I mean, yeah, it tells you when it's overbought, oversold, but that doesn't mean anything. Like on the 1 minute, RSI could show us that this is oversold, but this might come back up and still keep dropping, guys. It can still be keep dropping. You have to sometimes you got to know somebody in order to know things, A book is not going to tell you that. Um, a book is not going to tell you, hey, when it's in this, it's going to be like this. No, it doesn't work like that. But all right, guys, let's see what happens here. We have this here. I want to see a reverse. If I see a reversal, it's going to be where the MACD crosses over the signal line, and we get a lot of value above here. I don't know if y'all can see that, but I want to see volume, a bar of volumes right up here, guys. I want to see it come up. I want to see aggressive volume like this down here, but on the opposite end. That's how I'm going to get into long positions if I do see that. But right now, we're still short. We are still short, guys. We are still short, guys. We can come back to this 21. Let's look at the 3 minute. Look at that. We're coming down. We still have a lot of room to come down, but I want to see this retrace back up here and come down. We still have this zone here. We still have all this free space right here. We still have all this liquidity right here that needs to be grabbed. But I'm not a guru, guys. I'm not a guru. I don't know. The only thing that I can tell you is that I read the technicals, and that's how I do my stuff, guys. That's how I do my stuff. Now, if you do want to test out a theory, this is how you test something out, guys. Let's say this is an example, all right? And I'm not going to go in too deep into this. This is an example. Let's say that I want to go long position here. Let's be as tight as possible, right? Let's say that we're right here at this level. It could break this zone, right? We can get in right here and we put a stop loss right there. And we can test this out. We can test it, right? Looking at the MACD levels, if this starts to pull back up, right, and we're actually right, then, we actually might be right and it might not even hit my stop loss. But if it does, then we're wrong. See? We're wrong, guys. We're still on the wrong side of the trend. That's why you don't do that. If you're looking at this 3 minute, guys, look where we're at. Look at the MACDs. To me, that's telling me we're still coming down. Yes, it can come back up here and retest this, but what a lot of guys do is, I know people don't put stop losses that close, but if it was up to me, that's how I would do it. That's how I would do it, guys. And looking at the 3 minute here, if I wanted to go to a long position, and a lot of traders do this, they'd be like, all right, they're looking at this 3 minute, they want to go into a long position, and then for some weird reason, they want to enter here. Let's say that this is my entry. Let me change that, guys. Let's say, no, not red. Let's say that that's my entry right here. And for some weird reason, people like getting out of here. Like, if you have a lot of contracts and you have a stop loss right here, look at all this room that you're losing money. Like, that is like, why trade like that? That's why I don't like holding trades, guys. Thank you, Paule. Oh, there he is. Hey, what's going on, brother? Hey, what's going on, man? I'm over here. I'm over here teaching followers. What do I see in the markets? Uh, what's going on? All right, Roger that. All right, bye. All right, guys. So I am going to give me 1 second, fellas. Stream share. Give me 1 second, fellas. My mentor is about to hop on, and this is very important. This is very important, guys. Y'all need to listen. Let's see. How do I get the stream share? Give me 1 second, fellas. All right. Let's see. Give me 1 second. Let me invite guest. Well, where are you at? Let's see where he's at. All right, hold on. I gotta call him back, guys. I can't find him.
Hey, what's up?
Hey, I can't find your which one is it?
Oh, should be more case on
Okay, okay, I see. Okay. All right. All right. Send invite. All right. All right, guys. All right, guys. Audio is not working. I cannot hear you, brother. Give me 1 second. Let me see if I can get this situated. Why is it like that? Okay, oh. Can you hear me? Give me 1 second. Give me 1 second. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. All right, brother.
All right, cool. Yeah, I was having a little bit of issues with Edge. I was streaming you on Edge and it wasn't working. Yeah, what's going on tonight? How you doing, Pedro?
I'm doing all right. Just showing guys, technical analysis and, can y'all hear me? Hold on, let me text right quick. Yeah, so I was just teaching them about technical analysis. I was talking about the MACDs and the stochastics and ranges and all this other good stuff, brother. That's basically what I just pretty much is just going over is zones and stuff like that. You have anything for us today?
Well, go ahead and finish your thunder before I get started.
But I'm already done. I already told him that you were coming on.
Okay, let
You're a
me see
good
if I can log in Chrome here.
you're a good mentor of mine. So
I wouldn't say a mentor. I just want to see you succeed. I've been in this game long enough to work for
Roger
the
that.
people I do. But let me see here. Twitch is just being despicable tonight. I can't even really access through Chrome. I did want to share a few things. I might not even be able to share that tonight. Uh, but anyway, I guess I don't know. Give me some context. What are we talking about? You were talking about technical analysis and all that stuff. Is that
Ye
right?
that's correct. I was talking about how so I would like to know what happened this morning. Basically, I got in. See, I'm looking at the QQQs, and this morning we had this move up, and then you had like a small crash. It was so fast. Oh, hold on, what happened? Oh, he just got off. Hey, Thomas, can y'all hear us? Okay, all right, give us a second. We're having some technical issues. Give us 1 second.
Yeah, I'm back. Yeah, we're just having some issues with Twitch tonight. No worries. Okay, so I all I heard was you wanted to know what happened this morning. Is that correct?
That's correct. Yeah, so what happened this morning? We had this move up. It was around close to 10 o'clock, and at 10 o'clock, almost exactly, I would say, maybe, um, we had this crazy down movement. Like it just came out of nowhere. And I know that people, and I know a lot of people, got screwed over. I know a lot of people got screwed over, and I just wanted to know what happened. Thanks for the
You
follow,
know, it's a
Sandra.
it's a plethora of things. I was working with Kevin Schwab or Kevin Green with Schwab this morning. Um, Ultimately, again, I want you to go ahead and take a look at some of the leaders, within the sectors. Like I think we discussed what QQQ is. Obviously, QQQ or that is an ETF to Nasdaq, correct? You know that.
That's correct.
Um, all right. Well, what's been carrying the Nasdaq for the longest time with the AI run?
Nvidia.
Yeah. All right. So what happened to Nvidia's share price today?
I did not pay attention to that today.
Yeah. Well, that's where you're wrong.
Yep.
And I'm not gonna fault you on TA and all that stuff, but it doesn't matter unless you know what's moving the market, correlations. Uh, you need to know exactly why the market's doing what it's doing. Um, QQQ, Nasdaq. Nasdaq is simply comprised of top 100 U.S. companies, like the S&P 500. Top uh, 500 companies in the U.S. So obviously the company with the largest market cap, or one of the largest market caps, and what it's been moving was Nvidia. And as we can see, it's definitely been taking. Let's see today. We we didn't even take much trades on that today. But yeah, 106.21
Mm-hmm.
went from 109 to 106. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
and there's a big issue here. What is the issue? Okay, well, what's the headline? NVIDIA got subpoena. Well, the headline was there was a subpoena from the DOJ on NVIDIA, right? And then right at end of market today, NVIDIA comes out and says, no, we were not subpoenaed. Also, there was concerns that some insiders were going to sell.
Mm-hmm.
Additionally, uh, SMCI is more of an issue. A lot of people don't understand this, but once again, this is why I talk about knowing your companies. Um, who's NVIDIA's number three customer? Number three top customer?
I do not know, brother.
SMCI. All right.
Okay.
So, you know what happened with Supermicro
I do
before all
not.
this stuff with the DOJ?
I do not. We're having some technical issues, guys. We're having technical issues. It dropped. Um, like I said, fellas, pay attention. Pay attention, guys. Pay attention. I do not know much of. Give me 1 second. I will ask him in a minute. I will give me a second. Um, give me 1 second, guys. Uh, we're having some technical issues, guys. So give me 1 second. We're having technical issues, guys. Let's see what's going on. I don't know what happened, guys. I have no idea what happened. Let me see. I'm gonna text him real quick. He said, "Let me back in." Uh, let's see. All right. Give me 1 second, fellas. Awaiting response. You invited. You should be able to. Give me 1 second, fellas. We're having technical difficulties. Okay. I'm gonna re-invite him. Followers. Guys, I do not know what's going on. Give me 1 second. Give me 1 second, Thomas. I'll get back to you in a minute. He's having technical. It's kicking him off for some reason. I just invited him, and let's see what's going on. I will get to those questions in a minute. Let's see. So I will be with. I'll answer. We'll get him to answer Tyler's is first, and then we'll go to Thomas. But let's see if I can get him back in. Hey, what happened, brother?
I'm having some serious issues with Twitch. It's just kicking me out. I don't know why.
I got you.
Like completely. I'm gonna try to get back in through Chrome.
Okay. If you can't do that, you could do it off. Could you do it off the phone? We have
Yeah.
questions here that people would like to, that people are asking. Um, I don't know if you wanted those questions now or if you wanted to answer them later.
Yeah, I can shoot. From
Okay.
what I understand.
We had, go ahead.
Hang on. Oh boy. Let me check my email.
Okay.
All right. Let me see if I can hop in that way. If not, we'll try the phone. Okay.
Alrighty. Roger that.
All right. Sounds good.
All right. All right, guys. Sorry about that. I do have a green screen back there. All right. I'll get to y'all's questions in a minute, guys. Just give me a second. Pay attention to this, guys. Pay attention. If he's not able to come in, I'll have him on the phone, and then we're just going to have to do it that way because Twitch is not really your best friend. But look, guys, if you're looking at this right here, look at the MACDs. I said earlier that we were coming down, didn't I? Did I not, Thomas? I'll get to your question, Tyler. I'll get to your question. Just give us a second. There we go. He's in. Let's see if who is on. Let's see. Is Hector and Mike, you're on. All right. Pay attention, guys. Man, my anxiety is just going up the roof. Give us a second, guys. Give us a second. He's in here, but I just can't hear him. Maybe he's trying to fix his audio possibly. There he is. I can hear
Test.
you. I can
How
hear you.
about now?
I can hear you.
Is that clear?
Yes, it's very clear.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, I just had to take it over here. Maybe that will work a little bit better. Sorry, I'm on a laptop today, not sitting at the desk or anything, so that might have an issue with running some of these programs. All right, I guess going back where I left off, right? So I guess the question was why the market did what it did.
Yes.
All right, so I'm trying to get into the core of things right now. Obviously, we discussed NVIDIA, um, SMCI, the correlation in between those two companies. Um, I think what I mentioned previously was what was going on with Supermicro. Uh, Hindenburg released a report. Um, Hindenburg is quite a prominent short seller. They're an active short seller. They released a report, and it was calling out SMCI on quote fraudulent accounting, and pretty much saying that the books were cooked. I'm not going to go back in time and unfold that. Somebody can go research that if they want.
Yes.
So what happened there is right after that instance, SMCI quickly fired back. But when they released their 10K, well, first of all, they delayed releasing their 10K order filing. You can go on SEC.gov and you can see that. So they didn't update, they didn't bring any numbers to the table. And then on the 30th of August, they came out and released a filing, in lieu of the 10K, which said there's no changes.
Mm-hmm.
But there's no numbers. We can't see any numbers. Guys like me, when we're at a desk and we have to sift through 10Ks and 10Qs, all right, we want to see the numbers. We want to see updates to the numbers. Um, where are the numbers? Where's the balance sheet? Where's revenue? Where's the debt? All right. Why can't you give us a clear shot of the numbers? All right. So once again, when the company SMCI and the CEO, like you would think they would at least get defensive and say, actually, that's not true. Here's our numbers. But no, their only response was no comment. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
What made the street a little bit more doubtful in this case, additionally, was NVIDIA earnings call. All right. So that's also contributing here. So going back to NVIDIA, the issue is they want to, they're looking for, I'm blanking out here for a second. So let's get to the server racks. All right. The server racks is the main problem. And SMCI was supposed to deliver that. All right. On behalf with Dell. Okay. Um, on the earnings call, Jensen Huang didn't even mention Supermicro. And it took Wells Fargo, I believe it was Wells Fargo, uh, the audacity to have to ask the question, okay, well, what about the server racks? Which every other earnings call, if you go and listen to it, NVIDIA is always, oh, our main proponent is SMCI. Good things are coming on behalf of Dell. This time around, Jensen Huang said Dell, HPE, and skittishly mentioned, quote, Supermicro. And that's it, just one word, right?
Mm-hmm.
So there's a lot of misconfidence right now. Also, I'm not saying that people are, not confident in Nvidia. Obviously, the revenue has been proven, but there are concerns about the accounting and with some of their quote customers. Okay, and so I think the larger deal here too is the products that Nvidia are going to roll out. The market's starting to look for, okay, well, there's all these promises, kind of like .com, right? But all right, so where's the services coming from? And then when you tell us that, okay, you're gonna release um, when you're gonna release what's expected for Nvidia, but it's gonna come in like the third quarter of next year, uh, which I'll have to go back and listen to all that. I've had a long day. I can't get you the full
Mm-hmm.
information there right now.
Okay.
But it wasn't immediate. The street wanted to hear that, hey, we want to we want to see the products ready. Um, we don't want to hear that it's going to be next year, quarter two, or something of that nature. Why don't you have it? If you say it's ready, why isn't it here? And that's going to cause a delay in revenue. Okay, so you're hitting a lot of chop and roadblocks here. In the AI sector for the longest time, which has been ever so concentrated on the market. Meanwhile, for this month and with the Dow and the Russell that was actually performing upwards for the longest time, it was just the Mag 7 and AI was pretty much driving the whole market, and it
Mm-hmm.
still does. So that contributed heavily. Now, the bigger picture that you want to take a look at is something that's very important Friday. And what do you think that is?
What's coming Friday?
Jobs.
Job
August jobs.
earnings.
So jobs report, right? So the Fed, all right, so here's the thing. The market is stuck on the Fed decision, okay?
Okay.
And it's all about pricing in either a 25 basis point or a 50 basis point drop in the rates, okay?
Yes.
Um, what we're dealing with, as we heard from the Fed meeting last month, they mentioned, okay, yes, we're going to do a rate drop. And obviously that's probably has to do with elections
Mm-hmm.
or, something of that nature. But I mean, it's what the market wants to hear. The thing is the data, again, the Fed's goal is 2%. inflation or CPI. That's why the CPI report is so important.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Um, the issue now is when the Fed came out and said we're going to do a rate drop. Uh, even the Fed's Powell basically didn't say what it was going to be, but now all the Fed speakers are getting behind. Oh, it might be a 50 or it might be a 25 basis. We're not going to tell you. And in fact, Bostic literally came out and said, and it's funny, like half the people ignored what he said. Um, but he literally said that, hey, we're going to wait until the jobs, and that will
Mm-hmm.
determine. And I mean, that's what was given over to the banks, and that's what we're tracking on our end, is uh, based off the jobs that will determine whether we should do a 25 basis point drop or a 50 basis point
Mm-hmm.
drop, because basic economics of what is all right. If you have uh, hot jobs, that's what the Fed does not want to see. They want to see a cool labor market. All
Mm-hmm.
right. They don't want to see more jobs. They want to see a cool labor market. So if you have hot jobs, um, they're less likely to cut. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, because once again, you raise rates to get down inflation, because the higher the rates are, the harder it is for, Billy Joe down the street to borrow, and buy another asset and then upcharge somebody. Okay. Um, so am I still here?
Yeah, you're good.
Okay. So I mean, that's what we're looking at. So if the jobs report that comes out Friday, all right, if it's hot, there's a possibility the Fed might say, well, according to the data, we're actually not going to cut. I doubt that. I think with elections, they're gonna try to push for a cut at least 25 basis.
Mm-hmm.
Um, if the jobs are in line, at expectation, probably it will be 25 basis point. But if they're really cool, um, it'll probably be 50 basis point cut. What we're predicting and our projections are, if we do see a 50 basis point, yes, the market will respond kind of like '01 did in 2001. If you look at that 3 weeks afterwards, the obviously lower rates, that's more borrowing power, more debt, all that stuff they can buy into that. And that's, more into equities. Uh, but it might last for only 3 weeks. And then the market actually might correct itself, depending on what's next. So, uh, the main thing we have to worry about is elections, right? So that's uh, that's what's going on with the market. You have a lot of uncertainty right now, and even right now, like on our end, we haven't traded for. Let's see. When I was at the desk today, taking
Mm-hmm.
those orders, pretty much no, we're just sitting and watching, not trading. Friday, no trades. We did try to short SMCI. That kind of went south because they kept squeezing it up, based off a lot of speculation. Uh, and as of this week, there's absolutely no trades except for, um, let's see, we did one trade. I think we took that at it was like from $5 to 680 on the contracts, maybe 15 minutes, and that was on SMCI, which was a put.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Today we took Coinbase. The only reason why we took Coinbase was very specifically off Bitcoin. Another thing you have to be concerned is what happened with Bitcoin yesterday. All right, with all the selling, speculation, and problems, anticipating what we might see in this jobs report, you had a lot of people that were selling Nvidia, um, and then going into the issues that were at hand, the Japan or the Nikkei, the Asian futures fell 4% yesterday. That also, Intel or in correlation with it, they don't always correlate, but at that time, Bitcoin dropped all the way down to 55,000. Okay. And then today, we started to see some recovery. So the reason why we took Bitcoin, or excuse me, Coinbase, was its correlation to Bitcoin, just like MicroStrategy holds 80% of Bitcoin. Um, And it's easier because Bitcoin always moves first, and Coinbase, with their exposure to that to that cryptocurrency, is going to move it as well. So we were able to get in there for like dollar eight, took it to $1.13, but it just didn't hold. We'll see what it does, but for the most part, this is not the time to trade right now
Okay.
until we see what happens with jobs, or we see some things tomorrow. If you do trade, you probably want to be very close to the money. And right now, the way things are working, you probably want to be in, no more than 10 minutes,
Mm-hmm.
or you're going to get, wiped out. You have a lot of issues with Gamma. Um, you know, there's just a lot of froth in the market. At some point, things just aren't looking good or safe.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and there's no reason to trade every day. And that's where, I guess, rolling back to the technical analysis that you have here, I
Mm-hmm.
want you to remember something.
Okay.
Um, the TA is only really good for when you're in the trade and reacting to it, or excuse me, you're reacting to the action.
Yes.
Okay. But if there's no action, all right, so you can have a setup, but if the news isn't there, it's not going to make that move,
Yes.
because the company you're trading, the indice, whatever it is, solely based off. you know
Sorry, guys, we're having technical difficulties again. I will see if
okay,
okay,
check. Am
you're
I back?
here. You're here. Sorry
Which
about
is
that.
a really
Sorry about that,
terrible
guys.
app. I really wish we were using Microsoft Teams or something. It's all
Yeah.
good. um, but yeah, basically put, the let's look at the individual stocks that carry the indices, which are the Qs, right? So going back into that, they're carrying this stuff. And if the news isn't there for that stock and the action isn't right, once again, I want you to remember what is a stock. What is the market? It's whatever somebody is willing to pay for that company at that time.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yep.
someone might see it. Another man's trash is someone else's treasure,
Yes.
right? He's going back to the very basics of lemonade stand. There's a share for us all. And I try to get out because I just don't care about the company anymore, and I want to get my money's worth.
Yep.
Try to sell on the market, but not many people are interested right now. So I have to come down on my share price, right? And
Yep.
that sucks for you, because now your value of your company, the shares outstanding, now the market cap, which is set, that's lower. But
Mm-hmm.
maybe at one point someone comes knocking and says, "Hey, I want to buy a seat. I want to piece your company. I think, in the next 6 months, do this." Now, in the real world, that's banks, loans, debts, all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of this is just liquidity creation. There's not, a lot of big players are kind of careful and cautious right now. Um, and there's been a lot of selling, right? So
Yeah.
this all comes back down to the trade of, you have to understand what the stock is. And just those stocks carry the indices. Okay. And that's that's what we're seeing. And the market action hasn't been the best.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes you get all chopped up. You don't want to trade it.
Oh
And
yeah.
going back into uh, you know the the understanding of when it comes to trading versus investing. Trading creates liquidity. They're insuring both sides. They're usually hedges. Um, what's going on here is, the importance of understanding this is like an auction every day. Okay, it's not. I'm not going to hit a home run every single day.
Yeah, that's
This
correct.
is it's what the fair value is, right? So now let's move into that. All right. So, you know, then okay, well, hey, we got some good news. We're actually seeing a lot of buying. A lot of people are market on close orders seem to be pretty powerful. The imbalance isn't weak. Uh, their 401ks and all that stuff. Everybody from Jane Street all the way to Morgan Stanley. Uh, there's a lot of buying coming in. All right, well, let's see what the buying is for, and then at that time you can react. Um, because right now the market's looking pretty ugly. In fact, SMCI was just downgraded to 399 today
Mm-hmm.
uh, by Point Street, and if I'm correct, Wells Fargo also slapped a three. I think it was like a 343 downgrade on it. I talked to Samantha Leduc with Leduc Trading today.
Mm-hmm.
This morning, I actually had a call with her. Uh, she she's fine sharing it. They have a 357. Uh, they're short SMCI 357. Now they do have it covered for the upside, but uh, that's just how quickly they've changed and kind of where the market's at, right? So again, utilizing your TA, so to speak, needs to be based off something real, right? You don't
Yes.
need to be using your quote TA to say, I think it will break out here
Yeah.
or do this when you don't even know what the hell's going on
Yeah.
because it won't happen. You'll get wiped out and destroyed.
Yeah. Before we
Sorry
go,
for the tangent.
sorry, before we go any further, we do have some questions that came in. Um, would you mind
Yeah, sure.
answering some? Okay, so we have only I'm not gonna do too many questions because I don't want to bombard you with it. But the first question
Yeah.
is by Tyler. He said, "What do you know about gamma squeezes and how they affect the market?" That's
Gamma squeeze. Yeah. I mean, actually, I hate to say it, recently, let's go. I find this funny. The SEC has changed their rules. With the T+1 trade, it used to be like if you take your Series 7 or 63
hmm
back in the old days, it'd be T+2 T+3 settlement date. Now it's
hmm
T+1. But also you have a lot more people that are in um, are in options, and a lot of that can be contributed to any waiting for like GameStop or something, short squeezes. But um, I mean, gamma squeeze, we're seeing a lot of options gamma recently.
hmm
Um, and that's kind of what's been carrying the market, honestly. And a lot of this has to do with Bank of Japan, yen intervention, believe it or not, the 10-year, and those guys buying in equities. And you'll see that apply to some of the larger uh, U.S. equities markets, and a lot of that's driven by gamma. So, for instance, J.P. Morgan, right? They'll open something called the collar trade. All
hmm
right, and the collar trade, uh, they might buy X amount of shares, and then they'll have calls, and then they'll have puts, and it will be out for 3 months. So to have a strike on the upside, strike on the downside, and then shares. Um, so that's you have to understand like options gamma can drive the stock up more than the underlying, right?
hmm
So you're seeing a lot more use of it because of the instrumentation and a lot of power in insuring securities right now. So that's where you're seeing a lot of the gamma squeeze.
Okay.
That's from our perspective. That's not the full scope,
Yeah, okay.
but at least, yeah,
Uh,
um, at least from over here.
okay. We got a second question from Thomas, and then I'll just do one more so that way I'm not bombarding you with them. Okay, so Thomas said when
One more thing I wanted to add, though,
okay.
because if you want to look at the basics of what gamma squeeze is,
hmm
you know, it's usually when there's rapid increase of an underlying stock within the short period of time, right?
hmm
Like GameStop or something.
Yeah,
All
yep.
right. But again, it's options gamma that's causing it, right? So, you might have times where somebody's not necessarily just buying the share price, but they're just buying options, betting that the stock will go there at a
Yeah, a certain
future
direction.
price.
Yep.
Yeah. And anyway, I hope that helps.
Okay. So we have another question by Thomas. He says, when do you expect Nvidia to go back up now that they denied the subpoena?
That's a really good question. I don't think we even know. In fact, today, uh, the guys over at MS, the news came out literally at market close, like 5 minutes. You had 5 minutes to buy it. I
Mm-hmm.
remember exactly when it came out. It was like 3:55, almost exactly. That's when it hit the terminal. Um, and it's funny how they released that. And it was Kramer of all people. It was on CNBC. Kramer just blurted it out. Yep, Nvidia is not going to get subpoenaed, and then Nvidia releases the report,
Mm-hmm.
not getting subpoenaed. Um, we did uh, we did take a small hedge. It's not going to hurt us, on the upside.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I can tell you, I don't want to go into the proprietaries, on based.
Okay.
You got 72 hedge funds, rolling in these markets on, at least on the CBOE or Chicago Board of Options Exchange,
Mm-hmm.
right? And you got those guys on the floor. And I did mention to you about the algorithms, right? And the buy. Once
Oh yeah,
again,
yeah,
kind of
yeah,
like
yeah.
how,
Yeah, I understand
yeah,
those, and I'm well aware of that operation going.
right. Well, Nvidia kind of sets the standard, right? So everybody's attracted to high market cap. Now, recently, they're kind of like, oh, we should just start buying all this other crap, you know, which is funny to me. Like people are buying stuff that, for instance, people are buying Intel. If you look at their balance sheet, it's not looking good, and they're trying to get bailed out by Citi. But anyway, for usually when things get serious and the market gets its confidence, you'll start to see that buying. We don't know who's going to buy it first, but it's looking like probably the levels that they do buy it back up 106, 109, and
Mm-hmm.
then if breaks 109 back to 115, if 115 again 121, and a lot of that had to do with Jane Street. And I liked whoever it was mentioned before, the options gamma. A lot of
Mm-hmm.
that propels this
Mm-hmm.
very much so. Um, but yeah, it's on those levels. But it it just really depends on. I don't know if anybody has a really good answer on that. Personally, like, we don't even know. We know where it could go.
Yeah.
Um, I guess you would need a scenario, and that would be if we obviously the situation with the subpoena not being real, or according to Nvidia. And I don't think it is real, because why the hell would they
Why would
release
they
that during
mention it?
elections? Yeah. The other thing is a false report came out on Pelosi today.
Mm-hmm.
It scared half the street, and that was saying Nancy Pelosi sold all of her Nvidia. That's not true. And you can go on sec.gov, go to Edgar, and you won't even find the filings, because as soon as now they do have a 30-day window to file, and she always is pretty crooked and always plays the SEC like a fiddle, and
Mm-hmm.
reports late, gets a slap on the wrist, and all that stuff. But the filing's not there. Um, there's no proof that Pelosi actually sold. Um,
Yeah.
but the thing with that was, uh, you have a lot of Nvidia is not just company. There's a lot more to it. All right, so it has to do with AI, national security. Uh, it's one of those. It's kind of a new commodity almost, right? So um, it's that I don't think that with elections and stuff like this, that there would be such a quick sell.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so, but uh, that's kind of where we're just at, I suppose. But I think ultimately, what's going to control Nvidia as the leader with equities
Mm-hmm.
is jobs. Hold on, that's it. It's jobs. Where do they come in tomorrow? And what's going to happen with rates? because if rates are lower, they flock to equities. They always go to the big market caps first because of securities.
Hmm.
Okay. Um, and it can be Nvidia can be very sensitive to, along with Nasdaq and SPX, to the 10-year yield, right? Because
Yeah.
that's the 10-year yield, the 10-year TNX futures. All right. So if rates go up, equities don't like that; they go down, right? So one thing you want to look at today is the 10-year and the 2-year. That for the first time, which is insane, we saw the yield curve bump since 22. And for a minute there, the 2-year was higher than the 10-year. I think 10-year closed at 3.7 today, and 2-year was sitting around. It was a little bit higher. So correct me if I'm wrong, but um, it's been a long day and a lot of information to take in. But
Yeah.
that's going to dictate Nvidia, right? It's obviously basic economics, like you learn at Wharton School of Business or something. It's just all right, rates up, equities down, vice versa.
Yeah. All right. So we have one more question, and this, I guess, this is all the questions that everybody that try to ask. It's by Sandra Reed. She said, "It's Friday. The market starts leaning 50 points. Will this cause a sell-off on Friday?"
That's an interesting scenario. The guys over at Goldman were talking about that. Sam was talking about it. There is the concern of deflation, right?
Mm-hmm.
But for that is a very true possibility, and I think if that were to happen, that scenario could play out. It could probably have to do with the yen carry trade,
Yeah.
which you should be aware
But
of. I
don't
don't think it's over.
usually from what I've seen in the past, it usually happens the day before, if not on that day, you know?
What do you mean?
That's what I've been seeing, like these like usually
Well, I mean,
a
honestly, yeah,
sell-off.
don't price that in.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it's true. Like the BLS was leaking to Citadel.
Mm-hmm.
It is true. They got busted. They were investigated by the FBI for that.
Jeez.
And yes, you'll see that. Sometimes they price this stuff in, but if it's something as tremendous as if the jobs report were to be that tremendous,
Mm-hmm.
I don't think they would price it in early. I think the action would flow for a couple of weeks or a week, and on the upside, because obviously the market would naturally, lower rates, even if it was just a quick reaction jolt, they would probably want to buy that up,
Mm-hmm.
right? Because again, you know, that's that's cheaper borrowing power. Um, but again, there is that scenario which Sandra mentions, very true, which it could be extremely deflationary, and I think that could apply with the yen carry trade, the bonds, the yield curve, and also some of the other economic factors that are unforeseen, where I can't discount that, and I'm not well read enough to open into that theory because that's just not the I'm not like on sell side or anything, but
Mm-hmm.
um, it's a very true concern, and I think even if it were to rip up um, on Friday
Mm-hmm.
or the week after, it'd run for a little bit and things get really nasty. Um,
Yeah.
I don't know. That's a good question. I'd like to hear her take on that too.
I don't. She might be on. I don't know if she is. A lot of times, whenever I look at this stuff right here, man, they don't. They usually pop up and then pop off, and I don't know if they're in it here or not.
Well, the other concerning issue is the Dow,
Mm-hmm.
right? I I'm not I, if you want to go macro, which
She's still
that's
here. She
not
says she's
really
still here. I can't tell. I'm
okay.
sorry. I can't tell. But yeah, if you have any anything you want to say, Sandra, just let us know and he'll be able to
Yeah, I'd like to hear her take on that,
see what
because
you're
the
into. Yeah.
deflationary argument, because we're thinking deflationary and yen. carry trade, which could be the main issue here.
But
And the other issue that the rotation in the bonds, like TLT and all that stuff.
mhm. Yeah, you were just talking about DOJ,
BOJ,
BOJ. Oh yeah,
Bank of Japan.
BOJ. But yeah, that I think that's all the questions that they pretty much asked. There's really nothing else for me to say here. You're the expert in all this, brother, and I thank you
I don't call
for.
me an expert. I'm just a button pusher on behalf of other people. That's I have to suck in a lot of information, but I'm not always right, and I have much more to learn. But
Well, I
uh,
learned from the best, so.
well, again, it's all about those premiums, and I want you to kind of. It's okay to do TA, but I want you to start steering into actually watching. Tyler mentioned the options gamma, which is actually ultimately important because a market maker, especially in times like this, owns the market.
Hmm.
Okay, they have to sell both sides,
Yep.
and you have to create liquidity, and also those premiums on the options are going to tell you everything because somebody knows something and they're going to buy it.
Hmm.
And market maker is going to know if you have a big buyer coming in, and he's going to price those premiums up. Like
Yeah.
uh, the easiest thing in the world is before they halt it, you'll see them bump. I mean, someone always knows something. There's a big buyer in there. They're going to hedge it. They're going to insure it. They're going to raise the price of the contract, right?
Hmm.
Um, but that plays into, you know, a whole plethora of other things. But yeah, those are really good questions. I think Sandra, I'm really concerned about what she mentioned because I think that's another scenario,
Hmm.
and it could cost forced selling with the yen carry trade.
Hmm.
We've been talking about this for weeks, and that the issue is, you know, I guess liquidity risk, credit risk. The credit crisis is a problem. We could have a credit event. Um, Interest rates, right? And currency risk, and see that's interest rates are one of the four. Okay, so that's what they're actually hoping on lower interest rates, for the meantime. But
Yep.
I don't know, man. It might be that we're in a tough situation there.
What she said was, my take is lowering too much too fast could instill recession fears as well as deflation and the carry trade.
100%. And in fact, that can boost it, right? Because I want to go. I want to walk back to COVID. Um, when I was doing stuff with George Noble, yes, he failed miserably with Nope and Noble Impact, but he was right to a point, and he was very right before the melt up happened.
Hmm.
Okay, and George, worked with Fidelity. He's a very smart man. I'm not going to fault him for that. And even Mike Kantrowitz over at Piper Sandler. Um, but one thing they mentioned before all of this was, hey, look at what the Fed did, and it took them this long to raise rates. We got inflation up to 8%. They're going to have to raise the rates.
Hmm.
They should have hiked the rates a lot earlier, and they didn't. All right. So you got all this federal money sloshing around. Don't get me started like on the triple P loans and all the treasury spill off into equities and all that mess.
Yeah.
Um, but the dissipation of the middle class was almost at stake, right? And if you don't have a middle class, you're either going to have the poor. It's basic economics. If someone doesn't have enough money to buy something, all
Hmm.
right, then the seller is not going to. Well, he's not going to get money either.
Yeah, he's not gonna be able to
Vice
sell.
versa. You're going to lose an economy. And the main concern there was, all right, these equities that were overpowered. Why? Because what happened? You had a lot of people. Housing market is a prime example of that. You could when you had rates negative at one point, and then or even at 1.2, uh, people were going and getting houses, during a time of shortages when there was a lumber shortage.
Hmm.
Um, and they're just buying them up. and then everybody gets mad at BlackRock and all these guys. Well, they actually don't make up a large percentage of who actually owns the houses. More of the quote investor real estate is mom and pop shops. Okay, and so those are the types that have bought up uh, real estate. But you had a saturated market, right? You had a housing shortage, inventory shortage, and a lumber shortage that drove the price up. um, Now we're dealing with just absolute inflation. Now you have inventory that's opening up, and Florida, it's gone to new highs. Even I would say it's testing, if not higher than the inventory that we had in COVID.
Mm-hmm.
And but the Fed sees it as you know we have to get rid of easy money, right? Because a lot of people were they are also buying stocks, right? And
Mm-hmm.
um, let's go to even Chipotle and stuff like that. Like the CEO, just kept price gouging until he just resigned, right? Um, but uh, you know, to get inflation down, you have to raise rates. The concern is now if they raise too quick, excuse me, if they lower too quickly, like the market pressures it, the Fed to do, you're going to have that all over again, right? You're going to have the same idiot go and take out rollover debt, right? Because that's what a lot of these zombie companies did. And I've had to do a 6-month research on this. Um,
Hmm.
Zombie companies that should not have survived
Mm-hmm.
were going when the rates were low, taking rollover debt, kind of like the same people are getting adjustable rate mortgages. And then now when the rates go up, they get squeezed out of it, right? But okay, so you're going to have more people getting rollover debt, right? And then you're going to have a situation where you drop too fast, too low, too fast. And then once again, you're going to start dealing with this and you're going to start seeing price gouging and price hiking and things of that nature to account for the costs of the debt, right? So that's a main concern there. But again, I don't like to get political, but I think this has a huge play in politics, and that's everybody's so tired of their mortgage being at 7% or 6. But basically, that's just based off the federal funds rate because it's always 3 points up off the 10-year TNX 10-year. I mean, uh, a bank will tell you, oh, we don't know what the rates are, but all you can do is calculate 3 points off the 10-year, and that will give you what the basic mortgage rate will be on the
Nice,
and
nice.
or yeah, and or when it comes to debt or anything else like that. So um, yeah, I think that's actually quite. I love that. I think she's spot on, and it's a little scary.
Hmm. Good stuff, brother. Good stuff. Well, it's getting almost that time. I've been on here already for about 2 hours. I'm already getting tired and my anxiety is like up the roof. But hey man,
Why?
thanks brother for hopping
Anxiety?
on,
You
man.
okay, man?
Huh?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Are you
anxiety.
okay?
No, no, I'm never okay, man. Nah, I get like this, man. I don't know. It's just
What do you think the anxiety is coming from? You think it's the market?
no, I don't think it's necessarily the market. I just think it's just the situation. Remember the situation that I discussed with you before? I really don't want to say that on,
Yeah,
on
I
live,
I get it.
but
I
just
understand.
life in general, man, and all the things that are going on, and I there's a lot of things that I have to get done, and there's just not enough of me to get done, and I do have ADD, and my brain just races, so um,
If you have ADD and you know how to control it, you'll be an excellent trader. You'll be an excellent guy, on a trade
yeah,
desk or working the markets. Because you suck in a lot of information. It's what do you do with it? But again, I don't want you to get stuck in, TA is going to be the way
yeah,
when it's
chart
really not.
land, yep,
When economics are important here. There's times to trade and times not to trade.
yep.
Uh,
And I do have
you
a
know,
class coming up for that as well with the economics, and What is that? That I think that's a major. Um,
Well, good. Yeah, that's a good way to start. You
yeah.
can, if you want to shoot for an MBA or you want to go into, uh, we got to look for sponsors. If you want to take your securities exam, get like a 7 or a 63,
Yeah, I know for
move
the
into.
SIEs you don't need a sponsor. Already checked that up. You could actually go and study for the exam and go to or apply.
You can take it, but
Yeah, you can take it.
yeah, but it's good to get sponsored.
Yeah,
Um, but no, I mean, yeah, I definitely encourage you to do so,
yeah.
and definitely shoot for and not just economics, but if you can kind of get into understanding financial markets or derivatives,
Hmm.
kind of in the
Is
position.
there is there
Uh,
anything? Is there okay? So, hold on, I'm getting. Thomas asked, "Get sponsored by who?" Well, before we even go to that, I want to ask, is there anything you want to say to these guys on, if they want to, what way should these guys go in if they're interested in going into the financial industry?
it's a really rough road right now. Everybody's getting laid off. Like everybody's getting fired, and but I mean, yeah, I mean, just do the route that you're taking, right? So,
Mm-hmm.
um, go ahead. Uh, you want to, get obviously go to school for, economics, finance,
Mm-hmm.
but also you can go the route. Right? If you get sick of that, you can do your own thing if you're a good enough trader, and you can sign contracts with people, and it's up.
Well,
If you
you
want to
can do
manage their
you can
account.
do that, but you would have actually you would have to have your securities, right? In order to do other
No,
people's,
no, no. I mean,
unless you gave them
it's
a disclaimer saying that you're not a professional and all that stuff, right?
Well, most people go to the financial advisor, right? But I mean, you could literally just go to me and say, "Hey, Dave, I want you to trade this account for me."
Mm-hmm.
I mean, there is that, and then there's, you want to get into correspondence or something of that nature, you can go that route too.
Yeah.
You don't always have to be a financial advisor. Like
Yeah.
to be, like hell, if you want to be Peter Tuchman on the floor, he's not like he's a financial advisor. He just sits there and fills orders all day.
Mm-hmm.
So um, but I digress. I'm just going down many rabbit holes. But yeah, man. I just want to do a mental check on yourself. Make sure the anxiety is not coming from the market.
Oh yeah,
Um,
yeah. It's not coming
because
from market. It's just life stuff, man.
you might think
Uh,
it's not, but it could, and it
yeah.
might help you to take a week off and
Yeah.
throw your phone away or something,
Yeah. Yep.
and then just realize, uh, wow, it's really nice outside, and
Mm-hmm.
it's uh, that's that's one thing you kind of have to do. Like, don't get so sucked into. Another thing I've seen is folks doing things like, oh, I'm going to only do 3 trades a day, and I'm going to only trade at this time.
Mm-hmm.
The market doesn't care about you. You're literally, especially when it comes to you know futures or options, especially that's or weekly trades. You're basically playing roulette, and you
Mm-hmm.
need to understand what you're doing. Here is all right. Well, I can get pretty good at it, create liquidity to then take that money out when I'm up, take half out, and that's extra cash that I can put in towards an investment, or I can go and put it in while the yields are high, let it collect interest.
Mm-hmm.
And you have to see a bigger picture. Don't get so stuck in the tunnel vision. Um, but I don't know. Just check yourself and make sure the anxiety is not coming from the market, because
Yep.
it could very well do that. And the amount of cortisol that you can get flowing through your brain. You want to talk about panic attacks? Yeah, I've been there. Because I'm a combat vet. Before I got into all this stuff,
Mm-hmm.
and I suffered from PTSD, which was actually drove me to be so competitive in the markets, because it's very similar to war.
Mm-hmm.
Like in
Yep.
Afghanistan. You come up with an op order, you get out there, shit hits the fan. You can't flank the enemy, or you're stuck there for 6 hours, and your whole plan changes. You have to react. And
Yep.
same way, when it comes to trading, especially, um, and that you have to understand, not to get tunnel vision though, because uh, that can contribute highly to your anxiety. Um, you have to just very simply think, okay, if you know on the average, on average investments, it's like 10% a year, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's good for a portfolio. Now, when it comes to trades and options, creating liquidity, yes, you can pull 200% futures, all that stuff. You can pull 1,000%
Mm-hmm.
when the market's right. You can also lose it too, and the market will take it away. So
And I
every
remember that one
time,
time that you sent that there's a picture of a guy, he lost what, his savings or something.
yeah,
That is just,
you,
yeah, man.
risk management first. Like I said, like what comes across our desk is like minuscule crap.
Mm-hmm.
So someone has 1.2. All right, are you going to park that whole 1.2? In trades? Can you afford
No,
to lose that? No.
no.
Uh, you're going to take. So there's old rules that you hear 60-40, and 50-50, and all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Applies to funds. It applies to everything. 401k, all that stuff. Um, when it comes, trading is you're riding a motorcycle. All right, the to get to the biscuit quicker versus driving the minivan. So you're probably gonna crash.
Yeah.
Uh, taking what I'm trying to say is don't put your whole portfolio in trades.
Yes.
Um, and so 1 in 10 ratio. It, like, for instance, like we roll like 10 grand every week, only 1,000's in the trade. Maybe we'll up it up to 5 if it's good enough. Um, but I'm not going to take a whole 100,000 to do that.
Yeah.
Um, and if you're down, you know, from that 10, you take that one. If you're down to 800, you stop,
Mm-hmm.
right? Okay, now on the flip side, when we're right, we're doing good. We got a streak. Okay, so we're up. I take that 1,000, 2,000. Okay, wow, we walk it. Well, first of all, we're taking 1 grand out, leaving one in, right?
Mm-hmm.
And we walk it all the way up to 5 grand, right? And then maybe 10. All right. Now you got to account for tax, 25% capital gains tax. God knows what Kamala's going to do.
Yeah.
But, like you get all the way up 20 grand, that's, let's see, 25 is going to put you at 14.5. So, so, okay, what do we do with that? All right, well, let's go ahead and take 10 grand out. Now let's let's start it again. Right. But you have to trade with profits, and it might take you 5 years, might take you all year to get there.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but that guy, what he's doing is taking out loans. Come on, man. You're taking out savings, taking out loans against yourself. You don't do that. If you don't have the money, don't do it.
Yep.
If you have to start with $100 and take yourself all year to get up to $500 or 1,000, it might take that.
Yeah.
But the last thing you want to do is blow all of your money, and that's just how it is. And it's not fair. More
Mm-hmm.
people have more zeros than you,
Yep.
and they're moving the market faster than you. So for them, they might be trading for 2 minutes, and they made
Millions of dollars.
50,000.
Jeez.
Yeah, for a corporation, the big bank has to roll it over. Or they're,
Yeah.
maybe someone's borrowing shares off somebody else, and someone, sitting up there at
And
Goldman.
we're
It's like,
just
all right, made a deal.
scraping crumbs off the floor,
Yeah,
man.
and you're a little well. You think all his zeros versus yours, you're gonna get wiped out. You know what I mean?
Yep.
So it's all about risk management. That's the most important thing. Sorry to go on a tangent there, but I'll
That's
let you
all good,
go.
brother.
Good talking to. This is cool, man. I like what you're doing here. Again, just uh, I would listen to Sandra and talk with her. She seems to know a little bit about economics. Um, and was it Tyler? Uh, I like his interest in options comment. That's
Mm.
actually very important. Kevin Green over at Schwab talks a lot about it too, so you might want to check him out.
Mm-hmm. Nice, nice. Well, appreciate it, brother. Thanks for hopping on, man. I wish and I hope that you get on other times as well. I'm going to be on here usually about every day, so if you have time to hop on, that would be nice. But thank you so much for giving insights on things.
Yeah, I hope it wasn't too much, man. Just long night. Thought I could throw some stuff at you. So,
It was perfect,
um,
man. It was
I,
perfect, brother.
don't forget the premiums I showed you. Okay.
I will keep that to myself.
All right.
All
Thanks. Bye.
right. All right. All right, everyone. So that was spectacular. What do y'all think? Premiums? Yes. That's something that is something that me and him discussed, or he discussed it to me. Like I said, he said he's not my mentor, but you know, I mean, that is something that I can't discuss right now. Um, but yeah, man, that was good stuff, guys. That's good stuff. That's the kind of stuff that it's that I learned from. I mean, we all as traders, we all, even the guys that are up there, they're not always right, you know, but they do know their stuff. So, you know, um, we learn stuff every day. I'm not perfect. Uh, as y'all seen before, I suffer from anxiety. And sometimes I don't break down. I'm not gonna break down on camera, but like I do get down, and I feel better now. I feel better. But yeah, guys, that's the kind of stuff that and I understand he gets on me on some stuff. Like he really does. Like he gets on me. He's like, hey man, get off the charts, get off, and stuff like that. But to me, that's more of a challenge because I do have ADD and I do have to specifically take time to deal with things like technicals. It took me a whole year to figure this stuff out. Now, probably for next year, I will be taking courses here soon on economics and macroeconomics. Um, and I will be getting on top of that. But as of right now, guys, it's just that I just can't handle I can't handle news. I cannot be watching the news all the time or reading, any kind of thing all day, every day. I'm not gonna do that. Not right now, at least. I got too much going on. I got life that's going on. I do have, kids that I have to take care of. But like I said, I do get mentored, by my buddy, and he gets on me a lot. But guys, I've been on here for about 2 hours and 18 minutes. I will be on tomorrow at 9:15. Uh, see what we got going on in the markets. I'm sorry I wasn't able to, you know, um, I wasn't able to place any trades during that session, but we did come down here. Let's look at this 1 minute, guys. I think I may have mentioned this. We did come down here and we had to bounce back up. Uh, as far as TA goes, guys, I want to see this come back down, possibly hit this 50 and keep bouncing up, guys. That's what I want to see for now. Um, we're still in this range. Let's see if it breaks above here, then we're golden to go up and go to this level, and then probably retest and do all this good stuff. But guys, that was some good stuff today, man. Like, I'm sorry I had thanks, man. Thanks, man. Yeah, I'm sorry if I know anxiety, man, it can take over sometimes, but I'll be fine. I usually try to manage my stuff. I just gotta relax and breathe, guys. But yeah, guys, I will be on tomorrow at 9:15 in the morning, and I will be getting off at 11. Um, but yeah, guys, that was a good session. I loved it. It was amazing. Um, if y'all, all right, let's say, okay, so let me switch over to this. Um, if y'all want to learn anything else, guys, I do one-on-one sessions with TAs. Um, just TA only on futures options. If y'all just want to talk or anything, you can just message me on info@manofmanytrades@gmail. If y'all just want to talk, right? If y'all just want to say something and say hi, that's cool. Uh, but I do one-on-one sessions, and this is a flat rate of 125, and we go in depth with futures and well, specifically futures, and we can go with options as well. But other than that, guys, if it's up to y'all. You just say hi. That's cool. I don't mind. But yeah, guys, I will be getting on at 9:15, and I will see y'all tomorrow, fellas. And I hope y'all have a good night, and let's try to make some goddamn money tomorrow, guys. All right. Well, let's end the stream, guys. It's been a very good session. Y'all have a good night, and I will see y'all tomorrow, guys. Peace.